Hey all, Bill here from Level 10, and today let's talk about diary bookings. Now, I don't know if you've ever been into your Google Calendar before and seen that somebody's put an event in for a time that clashes. Of course you have, everybody has. Now, one of the ways we overcome this with our clients at Level 10 is to introduce them to Google Calendar appointment schedules. And what this does is creates a bespoke page that you can send to your colleagues or your clients, customers, and it allows them to pick a date and a time that they can speak to you. Now, this is based on an availability that you tell your calendar, and it even adds Google Meet links to every single diary invite. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, just keep watching. Perfect. So we're signed into Google Calendar now as a fictitious employee. And you can see as of next week, they've got some events in their diary. Now, what we want to do is say from next week, you can book an appointment with me for a 1 hour slot between 9 and 5, Monday to Friday. So what we'll do, we'll select 9 o'clock as the first time, scroll all the way down to 5 p.m. And instead of putting in an event title like you normally would, we're going to select appointment schedule and then set up the schedule. Perfect. So it's asking us to give the appointments a title. So for this particular booking, this will be catch up. And we have the option to select a specific appointment duration. So 15 minutes, 30 minutes, for example, you can do custom time if you want to. We're just going to select 1 hour. And then we're going to add in our additional days. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And you can customize the times and dates if you want. So if you didn't want to see appointments for Wednesdays, you can take Wednesday out entirely, or you can shift a time down. Say, for example, only take bookings up till 4 p.m. on a Friday. We're going to set this back to 5 p.m. And then the next section we'll look at is our scheduling window. So for here, we have the option to select whether we're available now for these appointments or if we want to do a start and end date. So we're going to select starts on the 20th of May, and this will repeat weekly and basically won't stop until we tell it to. So the next option is maximum time in advance that the appointment can be booked. So we're allowing people to book up to 60 days in advance at the moment. I'm going to change this and say, actually, you can only see my calendar for the next 14 days. Or sorry, you can only see an appointment for the next 14 days because people won't actually be able to see your calendar through this page. So we'll go also into minimum time before the appointments start. So at the moment, this is set to 4 hours. Now we'll change this, for example, to 2. And this means if you want to catch up with me, you need to give me at least 2 hours of notice before you can book that appointment. So if you come onto the page at 10, the earliest time you'll see is midday. Perfect. So then this section here, adjusted availability, allows you to select for specific days. So say, for example, Christmas Day or a Boxing Day, you wanted to remove the appointments, then you can do that for specific days. But we're not going to do this in this instance. And then we can go to booked appointment settings. Now on this section, we're able to add in a buffer time for appointments. So this adds an additional time onto the end of your last meeting. So for example, we might say at the end of each meeting, give me 10 minutes just to make some meeting notes or to work out the next steps. And basically, say, for example, if you booked an appointment at 9, the next one would start at 10 past 10, for example. I'm going to turn this off for now so that we can book an appointment every single hour. And then we also have the option to select a maximum amount of bookings so that we take per day. So, for example, if we select this, this will allow us to only take 4 bookings in a single day. This is basically to stop your diary being booked up with lots and lots of meetings. So we'll leave that at 4. This section here tells us which calendar that we're using. So we're using the employee's calendar, and you're able to select a specific color for these events. So this is blue because this is the default color for my calendar. Oops. And then this here is a really important checkbox that basically says check calendars for availability. So if we had this unchecked, you'd be able to book whenever you like. But because this is checked, there's something in on Monday between 2 and 3, so nobody can book that time. So it will only show appointments based on when you're available. So we go to the next page, and the most important section on here, in my opinion, is this location and conferencing. So if you select here, you're able to select Google Meet, for example, or if you had Zoom linked into your Google Calendar, then you could select Zoom. For now, we're going to select Google Meet, and there's a description we can put in that will appear on all of the booking pages and confirmation emails and whatnot. Actually, what I want to do is to have the person who's booking the appointment give me that information. So we do this from the booking form section. So the booking form at the moment has first name, surname, email address. However, if we go to add an item, we'll drop this down and change from phone number to custom item. And let's put in description. We're going to make this a required field and hit add item. And you'll see what this looks like in a second. And then this option here is actually grayed out. We can't turn this off, but this says basically that when the person's booked the appointment, it will send a calendar invite to both participants. Great. So let's save that. And we can see that's now saved. So if we go to open booking page, you'll see our appointment bookings are here, and there's nothing available for this week because we actually started from next week. Now, if we go to the next page, we'll see Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, etc., etc. So let's say we wanted to book in for Tuesday at 9 a.m. So we'll select that. We can fill in first name, surname, or email address, or if you're already signed into a Google Workspace account, it will pre-populate that information for you. And description, let's put in talking about that project. And let's book that in. Perfect. So we can see this is now booked in. It gives you a little bit of information about the dates and the times, a little bit of information about Google Meet, and it tells you that it's sent an email invitation to your particular email address. So let's close this down, head into Google Calendar, close this down, and you'll see Tuesday at 9 a.m. Our catch up is in here, and in brackets, it's got the name of the person that booked the appointment. So if we select this, we can see the description that I asked for from every participant, and also the option to join with a Google Meet. So all of this information is pre-populated. So it's a very, very quick demo on how to set up the appointment schedules. Appreciate it was quite quick. So if you've got any other questions or any concerns, please give us a shout. Otherwise, we'll speak to you soon.